Hey, Taurus, 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 welcome, welcome. Welcome to my new setup. We'll see how it goes. Let me know how you like it. Just moving the table around or the desk around, trying to make more room for my daughter to put a desk in here and share the office space. So hopefully it'll be okay. I don't know if I like the window in the background, though. I want to see the tree. When I did it before, the window was to my right, and I could look out and see the tree and get the energies. This way that I can't. So we'll see. Tell me how you like it. Just go ahead and make a comment in the side. All right, here we go. We are going to be talking about, what are we talking about? And my calendar's to the side. I need to move it. 16th through the 22nd. Definitely the 16th through the 22nd. I'm going to be pulling 3 oracles for those of you that are brand new. I'll be pulling 1 for divine, current energies, and future energies. Everybody's like, what the heck? For those new people are like, what the heck? Some people do past, present, future. I do divine because this is divine driven, divine guided. And we want to see what he has to say about what you're going through. And that's why you're watching tarot. So you're trying to find something out. You're curious about something. You're curious. You're on the fence about something. So this is his card for you for your message. Not mine, yours. All right. So let's see what he's got to say today. And then we're going to go to the current energies. Wow. Last reading with Capricorns, it was all about keep wide open. I think it was keep wide open. And Taurus's is broken open. So we're going to see what that's all about. It is the number 10, so something is coming to a completion for somebody. Somebody may be having something new come into their energy, something exciting maybe, a door opening. You know, we got to keep, if you've closed a door, a new door is going to open. So I don't know what that is for you. We're going to see what that is for Tauruses here in a second. I have not read this card. I mean, I have not played this card before, so I am going to read it from the book. I'm just studying the picture here for a second. She has her crown chakra wide open. She has her heart chakra wide open. Definitely all wide open. She's got the energies flowing through her, through the top and bottom, through her heart, through all her energies, but a lot of it is in her heart chakra. So let's see what's going on here. All right. Sorry, I was just thinking of something. I'm going to be do I'm driving up to Washington to do an aura. Have my aura pictures and taken, and my chakra pictures taken to see what colors I'm at. And this will be the first time I get to do that. It's from a crystal shop in Washington that I go to. And I've gone there for 30 years, but I hadn't gone there for a long, long time. So I'm going to be doing that on the 21st. So I'm going to see if I can film some of it, or when we're done, maybe explain some of that and give you an upload on maybe having your chakras read. So we're going to go through with that maybe. So next week on the 21st, we're doing that. So maybe on the 22nd, I'll be uploading those. So anyway, we're going to go to the number 28, which is number 10 in the numerology. And so something is definitely ending or beginning, but this is broken open completely. Look at how beautiful that is. So if you look, her crown chakra is completely open. Her heart chakra is completely open. She even has light shining all the way through her, and it's very beautiful. She's sitting, looks like on a lotus, definitely. And maybe you'll see some things in there that I'm not. So there are situations in life when you see the value of loss, grief, and a broken heart. Yet it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention here. No, not even the story of what happened. The details surrounding what has brought you to your knees is as important as what results from the experience. Can you see that the situation has broken wide open, enabling you to have an even greater capacity for love, compassion, empathy, and understanding? You cannot be the same person as before. The only way forward is to move through it without resistance or manipulation, without attempting to bargain with unforeseen forces. because none of your usual fallbacks can put you back together again. If you do fall prey of self-absorption or self-pity, it will just make it harder for you to get to the next gradual phase leading to relief. Yet, even if you are prolonging the inevitable, you will get there eventually. The gift is accepting who you become as a consequence of integrating this difficult experience and allowing yourself to be more than you were. This wisdom comes as a high price, but the value of your experience of moving through and to the other side is unsurpassed. Love that is the result of being broken open by life's challenges and lessons. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. This just sort of relates to the series that I just put up. The links are down below on the picking up the pieces and the sexual abuse. That's my story. And let me tell you, this is 100%. You have to learn that when we go through the toughest lessons, there is good that comes through it, but it's got to come through you. So like in picking up the pieces, they talk about in your healing processes of, dealing with sexual abuse, that you really need to tell your story. That's what it is, through the pain, through the sorrows, through the trials, through the tribulations of whatever you have gone through, whether it be trauma or divorce or pain or loss of a loved one, loss of a pet, loss of anything. It is really a grief-stricken. We go through the process of healing. However, once we get to the other side of healing, we need to embrace the goodness. When my brother was murdered, horrible. Yes. But on the flip side of that, I got the most beautiful stories of his life, where he was, how he changed his life completely around. And by the time that we left that Florida for that week, when we were doing the police investigation and collecting his remains and doing all that kind of stuff, I had heard so many beautiful stories and how he had turned his life around. I became even closer to my brother than I knew him in life. So we learn to turn the positives. We turn things for good. And that's what divine is saying here. Whatever trauma you have gone through, we turn it for good through us. It doesn't end with us. We work through this. And then that helps your healing even more. And your current energy is about the details. Going through the details of that. And also, too, it's the number 7. Okay, this is about your potential and ambition to tell your story of what kind of things that you've gone through, that you've actually turned things around. Okay, I talked to you guys a lot about how my life was spiraling down and ended up really bad, but then it was my choice to turn it around. And with the divine's help, I completely turned it around. So this, you have to listen to the details. I didn't go into the really graphic details of picking up the pieces. You don't need those. You can imagine yourself. However, I did go to details in other things that are really important. The act itself was horrible. The act of going and feeling all that was horrible. However, the good that came out of that after. So if I'm able to help somebody heal, so like if you belong to my Divine Warrior Facebook or my Patty Hall Facebook or Pat Hall Facebook, you'll see that I reach out to a lot of surviving sexual abuse or stolen innocence and things like that, because you need to lift up and help. And what does that do at the very end? This is your future energy. It brings peaks of joy. What is more rewarding in this life than to help another person through their struggles and see them turn their life completely around? It's huge. It's huge. And that number 6 brings harmony, balance. It sort of brings things back into balance, yin and yang kind of a thing, or the justice thing. It brings it back into balance, because you've all gone through a horrible situation. You've healed through it, and now you've come through the other side, and now you can actually express and share, not only just for yourself, for others. So what is it that you've gone through that you could be looking at and turning that around for good, or looking at the good part of that? That's the number 10. The 10 is, getting through it. But then 1, the same number, 10 and 1, is the newness of being able to move on through it. Through it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So we have to work through that. And the thing is, your current energy, the details, that's what's inside you. What is the details of what it is that you went through that can help somebody else heal or help somebody through something that they're going through? As we in Capricorns, we had, they were just being told to be better listeners, to open your ears, to really be 100% involved in what somebody is saying. And here we're actually saying, okay, now you need to tell or share what is it that you can do to do that. All right. Because I'll tell you what, when I had my first encounter after healing, and you don't talk about this a lot to people that, you're dating somebody, it's okay. You don't say, oh, wow, hey, by the way, I'm a little messed up because I was sexually abused. You don't do that. Just say, hey, what, I'm healed. But there was a gentleman that had a little girl. And we, nice little girl, we dated and we were fine. And I had a horse, he had a horse, we'd go to the barn. And one day she felt comfortable enough to share with me that her uncle was touching her. Now, I'm like, okay, who's her uncle? So, of course, she felt comfortable enough to do that. So as I worked through that, and we were getting ready to break up, so I was fearful, thinking, okay, he's going to think I want him back just because she told me this, and this is a ploy to get him back. And I'm like, it's not. So now what do I do? So I called a police officer, and I said, this was before my criminal justice days. And I said, I don't know what to do. If he is touching her, I want him to stop, because she's fearful. And so he said, you're mandated to tell the father. So I did tell the father. And the father went berserk because it wasn't the uncle, it was the ex-wife's boyfriend. So the thing is, the part of what I'm trying to tell and why I'm telling this is the Peaks of Joy is helping that little girl, because if you watch Picking Up the Pieces 1, the series 1, just even if you watch the 1, you will see everything that she is going through, because I was that little girl. So my Peaks of Joy for that was to be able to help her through her father, and her father to know, and he had no clue. Long story short, sadly, the neighbor was sexually abusing his son. So it was going all over the place. The Peaks of Joy is being able to help. That thing that I can't even explain spiritually, to be able to help a little child or somebody else and watch them blossom and grow and recover and heal and move forward I do it over. And even if it went bad and the dad would say, you're just doing this to get back. You're just doing this to get back with me. You're just doing this, and would have blown me off. My heart would have been into that little girl as much as I could have been. When would I have gone to the police? Yes, I would have. Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of that isn't recorded. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're starting out with death. So death meaning something is going to end. Whatever it is, maybe the pain is going to end. Maybe whatever it is, the trauma or whatever is going on, to turn something around for good, because people do break up from their boyfriends, girlfriends. People do get divorced. People do lose loved ones. People do lose pets. People even grieve their jobs. Maybe they had a good job and COVID, they lost it. This is a grief. This is something this is not the 10 of Swords where it's just ended and it's quick and hard and boom. This is like, okay, this is a process that needed to change because there's a lesson in this. I don't know who this is for, but there's definitely a lesson in something, what we go through. Now, two things. We can take that lesson, as hard as it was, as painful as it was, and we can stay there and live in the cemetery with it because it's dead and gone. The past is dead and gone. Or we can turn it around and we can begin to heal and move up to a higher self. That's choice. Okay. But the current energy here, and I'm going to get more clarification here as we go, but let me go ahead and get this spread because I didn't realize I was talking this long. But you know what? The divine, he comes in and whatever he wants said, say it. Yeah, I didn't really want to do the video. I mean, but my friend who's a medium, when I told her back in the 90s about my story, I didn't know I was going to tell her the story. We worked together for an afternoon, and then all of a sudden, I just told her, and she just stopped in her tracks. I did not know what was going on. But what I found out through the years, because we became friends, is that I guess I helped her. I didn't know I did. I guess I helped her. And when I was discussing about the videos, I said, you know what? Divine's just telling me to tell my story. I don't know if I want to do that. And by the end, she says, tell your story, Pat, because it helped me. And my daughter was there, and she goes, you don't know your mom and I and our history, but she helped me. So. Yeah, yeah. You'll keep working through it. You can do this. This is a healing process. You can do that. You keep healing. And sometimes we want to retract and go back. No, we just got to keep going and moving forwards and knowing that there is something good that's going to come from it. There definitely is. So you keep going, peaceful. And what is it? Epiphany, peaceful. You keep going because it gets easier. It does get easier. And then when you get to the peaks of joy, when you're helping somebody or you're just sharing with somebody and they're like, wow, I know somebody that went through that, or I know somebody that happened to, definitely, it's going to be a huge, huge help to somebody else. So the problem is we think that everything ends with us. It doesn't. That's the whole thing. It doesn't end with us. It goes through us. And once people understood that, we would be working together rather than fighting, because we're all in the same boat together. Yeah, this is going to bring unity to somebody. Definitely going to bring unity. Something like I just said here, peaceful. This is somebody wants to go back. They don't want to, fear. Fear will keep you from moving forward. So somebody doesn't want to go back. Somebody doesn't want to share the information. Somebody doesn't want to even bring it to the surface. Why talk about it? It's gone. It's in the past. You have to get through it. But once you start doing that, it's going to bring union to somebody. I don't know who that is, but it's going to bring union to somebody. This is a union of a friendship that is balanced. This is something that you both understand each other. It's sort of like if you go to a sexual abuse victim and a sexual abuse victim, they come together because they have similarities that they can empathize with. They can be, kind to each other with. Red flags, so you're not going to touch those so much, that kind of a thing. But this could be a unity of somebody that is together, in the future. But this could be the unity to bring peace and joys. But I got to be careful, guys. If somebody is in the healing process and another person is in the healing process, not a time to get together. No, 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 no. You got to come in as two whole people. Two whole people. Okay, once you're whole and you're whole, you're healed and healed, then you can come together. But if you come healing and healing, you're going to create a mess. You're going to create a mess. We have this was in the center of Capricorns. So we have somebody worried. We have somebody thinking about it, stressed out. Somebody is sad. Somebody's depressed. Somebody has anxiety. Somebody's overthinking with this part and not with this part. This part being your spirit and your soul. Not my chest or not Rogue One, but my spirit and my soul. So you got to really sort of step out of that. You got to step into your spirit and into your soul and ask your spirit and soul, what do you want me to do with this information? What do you want me to do with this pain? What do you want me to do with this trauma? What do you want me to do with this disappointment? What do you want me to do with this hurt? Where do you want me to take it? Where do you want me to release it? And how to release it? Because it's all about the truth. Because the King of Swords, he doesn't stop until he gets to the truth, the absolute truth. Okay, because truth here, somebody can say, well, I'm telling the truth. Oh, really? Really? So if they're telling absolute truth, that is something that is very consistent. That is high integrity, high morals, high values. That is something that somebody doesn't really lie about. Okay, but the earthly truth, the human truth, is anything of somebody's opinion. It could be somebody's theology, somebody's physiology. What is it? What am I trying to think? Just their perception. It doesn't, it's so inconsistent. So if I tell you the truth about, okay, let's talk about the vaccine. Oh yeah, well there's a Delta agent. Now, there's a Delta Z agent. Did you know that? A Delta Z? And really? Oh really? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's my truth. But is it true? So you don't know. You got to go to where the absolute truth is, because that is consistent, never changing. Is it high integrity? Is it high morals? Is it high values? And what does that mean? Is it in kindness? Is it in love? Is it in compassion? Is it in empathy? If it is any of those, that is absolute truth. If it's not, it's for manipulation. It could be for hate. It could be for division, destruction. That's what the low vibration wants. So really pay attention, because there is definitely somebody there that is not trying to tell the truth. Okay? And this is somebody probably new around you. So your challenge card is the Sun. And the reason why it's your challenge card is somebody's not happy. And somebody is not, somebody's in fear. So, and the reason why, if you look at the horse and you look at the little child, the child is naked. So when you tell your story, or you tell something that is trauma, even if it's just to get it out, to share with somebody, if you got something to share and you don't have anybody, email me. Email me. It's everything I do is confidential. Everything. I mean, I have clients all over the world, confidential. But the thing is, this person cannot have any joy, cannot have this, expose themselves to be happy and joy-filled just like this. They're holding back out of fear. So your challenge card is to release the fear, give it to divine, release it, and ask him to fill you with courage and strength, and the fear goes away. But it takes fear away is what you need, because right now your peaks of joy and your Sun is being hindered. It doesn't mean it can't at all. This is your challenge card. Let's challenge you. And that's what it is. Challenging you to have courage and strength to move forward through the broken and through the details, and also, tell your story or whatever it is. Some people tell their stories in songs and lyrics and all that kind of stuff. And what are the songs about? Their pain, what they've gone through, what they believe in, and what happened. Look at country songs, all about losing love. Then I can say that because I listen to all kinds of music, and I'm a horse person. Well, how can you not listen to country music? But I am not much of a country music person now, because it's different. It's not the same as it used to be when I was growing up. So definitely some unities coming here, definitely. But again, with the Death card, the first, this is a choice. This is a choice. And it is also the number 13, which is number 4 in numerology. The Death card it's number 13 in the tarot deck, but it turns to number 4 in numerology. And that is about getting your balance back, getting your stability back, getting your grounding, your foundation back. Whenever we're broken, imagine this. My mother told me this years ago, and I love it. And I think it's something that you can visualize. So when you are like you imagine yourself as a child, you're like this new, fresh loaf of bread. It's so beautiful, smells so good, and it's so fresh you want to dive into it. But each time we get hurt, or each time something happens, a trauma or anything like that, it's sort of like putting a slice in that loaf of bread. So pretty soon you have a bunch of slices, depending on, it could be a whole loaf that has been traumatized all your life, or something happened, a divorce, or somebody passed away, or whatever. But most of the time it's hurt or pain from somebody else. So you have all these slices, right? So the loaf of bread, it's still whole. You can still put it back together. It's just not the same. But if you put it back together, it can actually be the same. That's like in picking up the pieces. You see it shattered, but then you see this beautiful little vase that is cracked glass all over, but it is put back together, but it's not the same. It's still whole, but it's just not the same. And that's what I think, this is where this is. Putting the pieces back together, pretty much. Somebody is definitely playing the victim. Oh, you're very welcome. Well, that's why my tarot is different. A lot of people don't come to my tarot because they don't want to discuss any things that are of that nature. But the divine sort of helps me where he wants me to take anything. So I'm glad that you appreciate it. I'm really glad. But this is like I tell people about my tarot, this is not psychic tarot. This is intuitive. This is divine driven. This is listening to messages. This is anything that comes through, or he just shows me a beautiful picture or a movie, and this is where it goes. And this is a message to some that it'll resonate with and some it won't. But you know what? Like I tell people, you can always ask a question, but be ready for the answer, because it may not be something you like, but it may be. But I'm not going to tell you something that is just going to make you feel all happy. And that's why I don't do love tarot, because not everybody is going to find love that week or fall in love that week or going to even meet anybody that week. But I do love at the end, because there is a section part of us that we do want to have it. However, for those that are in it, maybe that will help their relationship for that week. But it's more of guidance and help. And that's like all the videos I have on this channel, and also on Get Balanced 21. Or 21, Get Balanced 21. Where did that come from? It's Get Balanced 2020. Are you changing the name on me? Divine picked the name, not me. So that's the secular channel that I have. This is the spiritual channel. And there's, 70 videos on mind, spirit, and body over there. Yeah, so definitely. Somebody does need to have a mentor. Somebody does need to have a coach, a mentor. This could be, a family member, could be, a friend. It could be something of that nature. It's just somebody who has wisdom, who has been through what you've been, or whoever, if this isn't you, that you know somebody. This is somebody that's started to help you guide your way through the process, to show you maybe, yes, that's a good idea, maybe it's not, give you some tools and tips, not advice, but tools and tips, because the advice should come from divine. If the divine wants you to do it, he'll keep on you. It'll be like in your mind all the time. It's like people who can't sleep. It's like always on your mind. You need to release it. He's saying, just release it to me. Release it. Okay. But this could be, could be somebody. It could be a coach. It could be, a friend, an older friend that's been through it. Definitely. Page of Swords, looking for the truth. Definitely. Somebody is younger, of the younger generation. Definitely. That is learning this lesson. Because we've got the Page of Swords looking towards the Emperor, needing help, needing advice. They want to share their truth. And a lot of the times, like in my video for picking up the pieces, some people don't have a place they can go to that is safe to tell their story. And this is what this is about. To tell your story safely. And I always say, if you don't have anybody, email me, because it's always, you need somebody to tell that story with. And again, we hit your challenge card of the Sun. So somebody is just not happy, not living their authentic truth, not breaking open that, that shell. It's like an onion. Oops. It's so sweaty in here. Sorry, guys. Got cards sticking all over the place. It's like an onion. You're peeling off each layer. And that's okay. It takes time to sometimes peel off some of those layers, but it'll happen. And this is your choice. So the Wheel of Fortune, when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's saying you have the choice to do it. Do it when you're ready. Do it with somebody who you trust. And then not when you're done with that, then you actually go through it. Okay? It's like having a crappy job and you go in and you type these reviews on the computer. It's like, why are you sharing that? Because you want to help somebody not fall into the same thing that you fell into. I mean, some people, I've worked in criminal justice. I've worked in the chemical dependency department. I had a brother that was in and out of the jail system. A lot of things. And the thing is that when you fall into something, it's temporary. This is your choice. If you fall into drugs, you fall into something you shouldn't have been in, you fall into whatever it is, And, you know, working in, sadly, in criminal justice, especially in the Portland, Oregon area, we used to be number 3 on sex trafficking. And the thing is, to fall into that, as nobody wants to do that. Somebody's taken or fallen into it, but it could be somebody's life that they need to share. That's why some of these people come forward. It's a healing process. All right. Woo! All right, you guys, I got to give you love and relationships before I let you go. Definitely don't forget to tell me, comment on what you think my new backdrop is. I don't know if I like the window in the back, but because I have to close the curtain, otherwise it's like, although it could be divine putting light on me. Would it be funny? Anyway, definitely. And always, you know, don't be shy to come on, like Peaceful Epiphany. Thank you for coming in and sharing. I appreciate that so very much. I love hearing from my viewers. I love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I talk about tough subjects because if you don't have somebody to talk to them about, and if Divine wants me to, I can't even shuffle. If Divine wants me to talk about it, I will. It's not my decision. It's what he wants me to talk about. All right. All right. Let's see. For those, even if you're single and you're looking for love, you know, this might help you in whatever it is that you're looking for. Are these upside down? Yes. Good. Because I don't like upside down cards, really. Oh, wow. The Chess Queen. Okay. Trust and strategizing. Now, in relationships, it's also the number 3 about acknowledging. You know, saying, yeah, okay, yep, okay, I need to do that. I do need to trust. Strategizing can be good or bad. Strategizing can turn into manipulation if it doesn't have the right intent. So, if you're in a relationship, make sure that it's at the right intent. That's not a manipulated, a situationship, those kind of things. They usually don't turn out very well. They turn out well for the person who's manipulating because they're getting what they want, taking what they want, and you know, getting what they want, and then they'll leave. And it's like, why did they leave? You know, I thought everything was going great. No, they got what they wanted. Now they're gone. That's what it means by strategizing. Strategizing is like the good intentions is, okay, I want to date. Whoa, I got somebody interested. Okay, let's find out what it's about. We're strategizing. Okay, I want to ask these questions to see where they're at. I want to ask and see where they're going. I want to ask and see what they're doing. I want to see if we're actually compatible. Okay, that's strategizing. I go on 3 dates if I even get to the 3rd one, because by the first one in an hour, I already know where this is going to go. But usually, you know, I have a list of things that I want to ask and do. I'm goal-minded. So if you're not in that, if we can come together, even if we're opposites, if we can come together and we have at least the same goals, the same integrity, same values, same morals, we might got a chance. But if you start telling me stuff that brings red flags up, my strategizing is to get out of there. All right. All right. So a win-win outcome is forecast. This is a win-win situation, guys. In not only in this relationship stuff, is if in your communication and if you begin to trust the right person, you begin to strategize and not manipulate. I was going to say manipulate, whatever that is, new word. Then you're actually going to be a win-win. If you're broken open and you allow that, you pay attention to the details, you definitely have peaks of joy. It is a win-win. It is out. I'm firsthand. Been there, done that. I am firsthand. I am firsthand in all this. A lot of the hypotheticals, most of the hypotheticals are something that I have lived in my past. I don't share it all, but I do. So, I mean, this is really, really beautiful. If you're in a relationship, headed towards a relationship, make sure you strategize that you date with intent. So what that means is that whatever your intent, oh, I want to get married. And then the other person's like, oh, I just want a friend with benefits. Wrong intent. You need to find, oh, you want to get married too? Oh, cool. Do you want to have any kids? Oh, no, I have 2 kids. Oh, I don't want any kids. Oh, okay. But I want to have kids. Okay. Not the right person. Divine will put that right person there for you at the right time, at the right place. It's not in our timing. It's in his timing. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please share it if you think anybody else would appreciate that or learn from it or help heal from that. Thank you, Peaceful. Yes, that is a challenge. But here's the thing with that, you don't want to get people to actually hear and listen. You just want to share it. Those that will get it are intended to hear it at that moment. The people don't want to hear it, they're not ready. And divine isn't ready because they're not in a place where they need to. So you just sort of have to let it go. It's like talking about spirituality. If I start mentioning the word God instead of divine, people might start backing up and saying, hey, you know what? Oh, she's one of those holy rollers. No, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in a lot of energy out there that I do not understand. I believe in the supernatural. I do not understand. But when you start mentioning certain things, people back up out of fear. So you have to love on them and allow them to be where they're at because they're so fearful and they're just not ready. Just not ready. All right. So, guys, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. I think I'm going to be doing an upload. I think we're going to, I don't know. I've got some really interesting things coming up that are more energy based that I'm going to try to do some videos on. And hopefully they'll be really short, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. But I hope you watch those. And please don't forget to share love, be love, and walk in love. And also absolute truth. Walk in absolute truth, and you will see your life change. Don't be afraid. If you're fearful or you don't have anybody to talk to, please reach out. All right. My emails are down below, and it's all confidential. All right. Take care. I love you guys. Have a great week, and we will see you on the 23rd. Thank you, Peaceful, for all your information and the words. I love it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share, share, share. Please like, and subscribe. Take care.